The Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys.
Okay, Mike. Next up, we have the scoreboard. So this is our weekly look at the new items coming out of the Conbini, and just to give folks, what's the state of play here at FamilyMart? They have 57 new items this week, so kind of right in the wheelhouse. Lawson down to 29 now. A little bit lower than normal, but still, sort of close to the wheelhouse. And then 7-Eleven. 129 new items out this week in the Hokuriku region of Japan, where you're based, Mike. But you said in the Kanto region, that's the Tokyo area, they have 158 new items coming out this week?
158.
I don't even know what to think about that. Gosh.
That's a year's supply for some stores, right? 158.
158. Yeah. Gosh. Anyway, as usual, we have each selected an item that was appealing to us from the Conbini, and so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to crack open yours to kick things off. Let's see what you got here, Mike. This is from FamilyMart. Ooh, what do you got here?
Oh, yeah. This is, as you can see, this is beef jerky. And the English says thick cut beef jerky or thick beef jerky. But as you can see, and as anyone who can read Japanese knows, this is cho.
This is,
Atsugiri beef jerky. Extreme thick cut beef jerky. And as I was talking about last week, I'm a guy, I like chewing on things. And we were talking about the tough gummies. It's the same with the beef jerky. I don't like to bite in there and be able to snip it off with one bite. I want to, work my way in there almost. It's, it's like a jaw exercise. And I love beef jerky. If I'm having some alcohol, I love to have some beef jerky right there. So this one this week is the one that really stuck out to me. What do you think about this thing?
No doubt. I too love beef jerky, and nothing goes better with a beer than a couple pieces of thick cut jerky. And indeed, this does look like it's just a couple of pieces of thick cut jerky, 2 pieces in that whole bag. For almost $4 there. So beef jerky definitely, it's not your Jack Links where you get a big old bag, jumbo size for $6. Here you're gonna get 2 pieces, $4. But no doubt that's gonna be some premium, as you say. That's the cho. That's what this first kanji character says here. That is extreme. That's big time thick cut beef jerky.
Yeah, and I'd just like to, one more comment I'd like to say, like you're saying, only 2 pieces in there. So it would be really nice if we could get sort of like a 3-dimensional image to see just how thick
cut, how thick
zoom
cut in on the cross section there for our viewers. Okay. Nice lead off, little appetizer from FamilyMart. Okay, I'm going to move over to what I selected out of FamilyMart here.
Okay.
What we're looking at is the Yakisoba and Croquette roll. This is a sandwich. So what we're looking at here is a submarine-style bun. And on one half, you got the yakisoba. Again, this is a noodle dish with a sweet soy-based sauce. You got 2 fried croquettes. That's sort of mashed potatoes with breadcrumbs and then deep fried. And then in between, you have the beni shoga, that ginger that we just mentioned for that karage-kun, separating the two, almost serving as kind of a mediator between these 2 radically different items, neither of which belong inside of a submarine roll.
No.
And there's this sort of mysterious, I gotta believe that's kind of mayonnaise that's dressed against just the yakisoba side. So you got these 4 weird things: mayonnaise, yakisoba, croquette, pickled ginger, all stuffed inside this submarine roll. And then Unfortunately, I can't show this because FamilyMart does automatically transition to English. But
Mhm.
in the Japanese description of this, they use the word sando shita. So they took yakisoba, croquette, and they sando shitad, which is to say they sandwiched it. They've turned the word sandwich into a verb here. And I got to tell you, Mike, I think that is a harbinger of some nasty things to come, where they're just turning the
Oh,
word sandwich into a verb. I don't know what more combos they plan to make here, but I was astounded by this.
yeah, no, you're exactly right. Japanese language is it's powerful in the sense that once you make a verb, there's no real stopping performing that verb. And so you're exactly right. I have no idea what we're going to be looking for in the future or looking at in the future here. Just in terms of this item itself, I think we both agree. You know, the yakisoba in the bun is not the best thing. Not even really talking about the taste, just the sort of like concept of it.
Concept, yeah.
And you know, right up there is the croquette.
Yeah.
The you know, these are just not things that we want in a bun. And to be honest, like I just thinking about eating this just makes me tired because you're just
Tired.
talking about carbohydrates stuffed with carbohydrates. The only last thing they could put in there is maybe like an onigiri, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
I'm really glad you picked this one up. But yeah, in terms of whether I'd want it, I'm gonna have to say no.
That's a pass. I agree on that. All right. So I guess how about we head over to Lawson here, Mike? You've got something picked out.
Mhm.
Let's see what it is. Holy moly.
All right, this is a little bit of follow up from last week. We were talking about the Man section, otherwise known as the Nikuman section.
Oh my
Um,
God.
and right now, so the Nikuman is just the sort of pork steamed bun, and sometimes you get the the pizza man, which has some cheese. Right here, what we've got the cheese Nikuman, and yeah, thank you for zooming in on that. As you can see, oh man, again, like I often say this, but how could this not be good? I mean, this is as opposed to the chickies where we've had some problems with getting cheese in there. I don't think that the Nikuman suffers from the same potential problem. I
Mm.
mean, anything you put in there is great, and you know, what better combo than cheese and pork?
Well, not only that, in the description here, it says 5 kinds of cheese blended together. So this guy here, this ripple of cheese, that's 5 different cheeses somehow. Um, and yeah, stuffed inside the Nikuman, I like it. The Nikuman bun, this is a steamed bun. It's very light, and
Mm.
so when you're gonna smash together pork and 5 types of cheese, you're playing with fire there on the richness scale. But that steamed bun is so light and fluffy that I'm not worried about that at all. I think you bite into that, and my goodness, you're floating on air. Very
Mm.
different from the submarine mayonnaise croquette yakisoba roll. No risk of sort of eating a lead balloon here, although it may look like that's what you're about to eat. This is a fantastic choice, Mike. And again, Nikuman can't go wrong. But
Mm.
5 cheese Nikuman, my goodness, that is outstanding.
Yeah, yeah, and continuing the trend of multiple cheeses, it's good to see, and yeah, so yeah, excited about this one.
All right, next up from Lawson, what I picked this week was this guy here,
Oh,
the IDO Sushi Assortment here. This is out of Lawson. Mike, I think this is just a perfect demonstration of the high class work coming out of Lawson.
mm.
You could serve this at any American sushi bar and pass it off as a $30 omakase 6-course sushi thing. In fact, a new sushi joint opened up recently down the street from me. They're serving $60 to $80 omakase takeout sushi right now. I am sure this could go toe to toe with what they're pumping out there. 6 distinct types. You got shrimp, you got your salmon and fish roe, you got egg and crab. I mean, just a fantastic outstanding assortment of sushi here, and all for $4. So, gosh,
Jeez.
I have a hard time. I think this is one of the best looking convenience items I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is I feel like you can rate a Conbini item in terms of the effort put into it by the number of unique ingredients. And just look at this. I mean, there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there's probably all in all said and done, 12 to 15 different unique ingredients in there. And yeah, like you said, I mean, I would not be surprised. My mind and I actually went to lunch today, and there was a restaurant that was selling something that looked very similar to this. And yeah, this is beautiful. What an item. Lawson, more and more, we've been talking about it. They're
playing in a different league.
They're really stepping it up. Wow.
Every week I feel a little bit worse about not paying more attention to Lawson in the 5 years I lived in Japan, and more evidence of that here. All right, let's say we head over to the opposite of Lawson, which is the dumpster that is 7-Eleven here. What do you got here, Mike? Oh, unexpected.
Yes. Well, this is also a follow-up as well. As you'll remember from last week, I introduced a tough gummy item with a unique flavor of the fermented milk drink flavor tough gummy. Well, here we go. What we've got here, Gari Gari Kun, one of the most legendary ice creams in Japan. It's just ice on a stick with flavor inside. It's similar to it's on the level of those, I'm sure everyone's had them who's lived in the States, the push-up pops.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, the push-up pops or something like that. They're just all over the place. I mean, this is a classic item, but here again, we're seeing the fermented milk drink flavor. And actually, looking at this item, one thing that I kind of thought is, fermented milk drink, are they talking about Yakuruto?
Yeah, you got the little Yakuruto on the package here. Yeah.
So, okay, and now it kind of made sense. So that's the flavor that they're talking about. Okay, but still, I am, as you can see, this picture as well is just, this guy is just gulping down.
Can't get enough of it. Yeah. That I was struck by the same thing there. On the package, you have a couple of drawings of Yakuruto, which is the famous yogurt drink that comes in a tiny bottle. It's a mysterious company. They must make billions of dollars a year, all from this single yogurt drink. They own a baseball team.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the Mitsubishi of mysterious yogurt beverages in terms of their size and influence on the Japanese economy. Yeah. But yeah, that could be what this is, in which case I do love a Yakuruto little beverage there. And so if that's what this is, I'm all down for eating a little fermented milk ice cream bar there. I could see myself actually looking like this little guy there, just chugging it until my gut is sparkly clean.
Yeah. No, this definitely, once I realized what that flavor was last week, then I thought, okay, well, maybe I could see myself, going for that a little bit more. But I thought this is an interesting follow-up, and also a good chance to talk a little bit more about Gari Gari Kun. So that's my choice from 7-Eleven.
All right, to wrap things up here, my choice from 7-Eleven is a blueberry and whipped cream sandwich. But Mike, these aren't just any blueberries. These are blueberries from the Noto. Yeah, so a little backstory here. There is a peninsula that sticks out into the Japan Sea called the Noto Peninsula. And Mike, you lived at the very tip of that peninsula for a year in a town called Suzu. I lived not far from Suzu, just about 40 minutes south, in a town called Ukawa. And Noto is famous for a number of things, but one of them is blueberries. They have blueberries that are famous throughout Japan, and these are Noto produced blueberries into this whipped cream, one of these dessert sandwiches that, again, I'm pretty gross, but the Noto blueberries really struck me. And what I'm really interested in, this is a Japan-wide release here. And so we're talking about probably 15,000, 20,000 7-Elevens. There aren't many people in the Noto. I got to believe they got the whole peninsula just working day and night, harvesting these blueberries. You know, you got about a small army of 80-year-old farmers, tiny little pickup trucks, blocking all traffic, just shipping these blueberries out as fast as they can pick them. But yeah, I can't believe this must be an all hands on deck effort in the Noto just to keep up with fulfilling demand for these 7-Eleven dessert whipped cream sandwiches here.
Wow. Yes, you're exactly right. I mean, because what do you think in one of those sandwiches? I mean, there's probably got to be 20, 30, 40 blueberries, mashed
Absolutely.
up to make this. And like you said, not many people in the Noto, and only one way into the Noto. Well, there's also an airport, but really there's just the one highway. So like you said, I imagine that highway is going to be just full of, tractor trailers carrying blueberries. Yeah, as we've talked before, I'm not a huge fan. I know you're not either of the sweet sandwiches, but I gotta say, like you said, we have pride in the Noto,
Absolutely.
and so I'm happy to see them making a nationwide entrance.
Outstanding.